Hey guys, welcome to day 3 of the 100 Days of Making Comics Challenge. I am Chris. I am a freelance illustrator from Melbourne, Australia. For those of you who haven't been to my channel before, this is me undertaking a challenge where I spend a minimum of 30 minutes to an hour every day for the next 100 days working on my comic. Before you get too excited, this is not my artwork. This is, let me close that and bump it up a bit here. This is some artwork done by the amazing Joey Vasquez, who I follow on Instagram and DeviantArt. He does some amazing stuff. Very good at Spidey, but obviously other things too. I'm currently practicing some inking work to increase my inking portfolio. So what you can see here, get rid of that, is me just practicing my ink work over his line art. And so far, so good. Just trying to put some samples together, looking for a few different, especially stuff that's definitely not in my particular drawing style, but is definitely within the realms of me doing ink work with. Pardon me there while I just take a sip of coffee. So just wanted to show you what I had been doing. So this is just a little bit of something I'm going to keep working on tonight. I'm going to try and finish it tonight and time myself a little bit. Hopefully this should take me no more than 2 to 3 hours to ink. So far it's probably equated maybe 30 minutes or so. But it's getting there. And I'm also practicing building up my skills working on Procreate as an inker as well. So sort of some close-up work of what I've done. But yeah, it's coming together nicely. I'll get rid of this chat, that's really annoying. Something else that I was working on today was this. This is sort of the first thing I woke up to do this morning. Just a bit of environmental work, just putting together some concepts for different, an environment. So far, just starting to play around with textures and lighting. But for the most part, I was just blocking everything in this morning. So if I knock that away, everything's just sort of very flat and plain and boring. But yeah, just starting to put together some stuff to put in my portfolio over time, and this stuff will be going into my Patreon as well, so you'll be able to look at all the layers, pull everything apart. As you can see, I am a layer fiend. I do not label my layers, but I can generally tell what's going on with all the previews here on the side. Otherwise, once the file is finished and I ever do send it off to a client or upload to Patreon and whatnot, I do group everything together, label it appropriately so people know what's going on. So even though I might not name all the layers, I'll put everything together into flat colors, color renders, line art, etc. So if I actually just focus on that was the original sketch there that I'd done. And then this is sort of where we're at now. So, yeah, it's slowly coming together. As far as the 100 days stuff, I haven't actually started, but I want to show you how I set up my layers, my pages. And then once this video is done, I'm actually going to be doing my 30 minutes from this point onwards, and probably a little bit further into the night as well. So if I go into here, so you can see all my different folders and stuff that I'm working on. I'll happily show you some of you guys, this stuff that I've been working on. So if there's anything there that sort of grabs your attention, definitely ask me about it, and I'll show you it in a future video. This is my Monkey Junk Chapter 3 folder. As you can see, Monkey Junk Chapter 3. Everything's set up, so just knock the camera there a bit. So page 1 all the way through down to page 20, all of my layouts are pretty much set up. So if I just scroll through, to give you guys an idea of what I've been working on so far. So I'm currently up to this page, but if you scroll all the way through, you'll see that I've already done all of the paneling. Now these will change, these aren't locked in or anything, but these are sort of the basic guidelines provided to me by Lee. So when he does the scripts, this is sort of what I get, this is what I see, and I just reflect that back. So if you can see here, this one reflects that paneling there, and so on and so forth. He pretty much did everything right up until the last couple of pages, and he left it up to me to decide. But it's definitely very handy, gives me an idea of sort of what he's imagining. So I'm currently up to page 8, which is what I'm going to be working on now. But I believe you guys saw a couple of panels in the video yesterday. So this is what I worked on yesterday. Most of this too, this is going to be quite a simple page. Here's a big splash shot. This is going to be interesting. This is a large building with some other buildings around it, and I'll be doing some environment stuff in the background here, just to sort of showcase Future City. And then you've got the group, the Monkey Junk crew, sort of standing in front of it, you know, sort of in awe. And then this one, most of it tends to be just character faces, and I'm going to try and stick to that as much as possible. A book I recently got, give me a second, I'm just going to go over to my bookcase for a second. A book that I recently just picked up is this, Ruin World by Derek Laufman. I'm a huge fan of Derek Laufman's work, and I feel like this is sort of going to reflect Monkey Junk a fair bit in the way that I do things. So he's got some really nice character shots, sort of keeping everything mixed up quite well. So you've got a close-up, further close-up to really go through the facial expressions, and then a pan out to cover, you know, what grabbed his attention, and then we see here just sort of following through of what he's actually seen. So now we're sort of looking in his point of view, and then realizing, okay, this guy's running, and now quickly realizing why he's running. And then we come into this last panel here of very, very tiny versus giant tentacle, and that gives you a really good scale of depth to go, okay, yeah, this is how small he is, and this is what he's about to fight. But as I was looking through this, there's quite a lot of really good expressional shots which don't require a whole lot of background work. And sometimes I feel like I do go a bit too far into background work. Even here, you've got some really interesting panels which are nice and dynamic, and you know, there still feels like a bit of action going on here, but there's only a minimal amount of information to deliver that idea. Some of them obviously a bit more in depth. This one's far more detailed, with quite a few establishing shots, really laying out where the characters are, etc. But this is, here we go again, sort of very minimal background assets or environment assets, and just using some action lines and the characters themselves to sort of build it. So hopefully this is going to be a bit of an inspiration for me throughout this book, to try and focus a little bit more. I mean, these are just really rough stuff, but you can probably see it. You know, you've got a nice establishing shot at the top here, and then we're looking into a conversation with all four of the characters, and most of these backgrounds are going to be quite plain. So despite you've got everything going on around here, this is sort of like the laboratory of Future Global, here I don't want that to take away, so I'm going to keep those quite plain. So yeah, I mean, 3 issues in, I still feel like I'm learning a lot about comics, how to draw them, how to pace things, how to, you know, sometimes when too little or too much is enough, etc. So anyway, that's where I'm at. I'm going to go start page 8 now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I thought this would be a little bit different for you than the way I normally do my videos. But, you know, a bit of fun. So, I'm going to get to work, and I will see you all tomorrow for day 4. If you have any questions, or you guys, like I said, if you saw anything in the gallery here on my iPad, if you want me to sort of go through any of it and explain any stuff to you, feel free to ask. Or even if you just want to just ask questions in general. I'll keep you updated on this as well, or check out my Instagram. I'll be posting it there once it's done, obviously referencing the original artist. But for now, I'm going to go get to this page now. Alright guys, I will catch you all tomorrow. Goodbye.